community, and this is a first video on this channel, which is an Other Metagames YouTube channel run by me and user OAWesome or Monte Cristo. This is a channel where we're just going to sort of post a lot of other metagames videos for people in the other metagame communities. A lot of YouTubers that play Pokemon for like standard tiers, like You're Ubers, but nobody really does it for other metagames, so we're going to try and do that. So the first battle who I have here is me versus Adrian Marin playing balanced Hackmons, and let's just get into it. He's a really notorious stall player, so it'll be a good match, I hope. He leads off with his Xerneas, I lead off my Chansey. I learned he is the prankster Xerneas, so I learned his movesets with his imposter Chansey. I decided to just go for a parting shot as he was into his Kyogre. I go into my Xerneas hoping that I can triple this Kyogre with maybe like a knockoff right apart with some physical play-offs, preying off his weak physical defense. So I just start to set up coils because I'm going to coil Poison Heal Xerneas. He's a toxic or Poison Heal Kyogre, but he's actually revealed here that he's a defensive Kyogre instead of an offensive one, which is going to be really a pain in the butt, especially for my own Poison Heal offensive Kyogre, which I'm going to go into now to sort of, because I don't want my Xerneas to die to toxic damage. He goes into his Darmanitan Zen thinking he could take a play route for something, but I'm going to switch out. I missed a couple turns, but now we're here, and I switch into my Chansey to figure out exactly what he's doing. And then I'm going to switch into my Kyogre, I think, so I don't get burned. Or Xerneas, sorry. I'm going to try and get a knockoff on this Darmanitan Zen. He's probably carrying Assault Vest, I think, right? I'm going to knock off as he goes into his Kyogre, knock off his Toxic Orb, which prevents him from using a real therapy, or if he does, it'll really cripple this Kyogre, which is really good. I'm going to go into my Kyogre, my own Kyogre, just to sort of, he's probably going to go for Worry Seed, and it's not going to be able to stay in like Sweep or whatever. Here, I was thinking he would go for a Worry Seed. I could go to my Charizard Y and switcheroo him, my Choice Scarf. He goes into his Giratina, so I'll take this as an opportunity to go for his Choice Scarf, Aerialate, Boom Burst. He goes for a Defog to get rid of my Stealth Rocks, but Boom Burst did a lot, so his Giratina's pretty weakened, so that's pretty nice. Here, he's going to go into his Darmanitan, who's actually not going to take it that well. It's going to do more than half. It's just Charizard Mega Y is really dangerous. He goes into his Xerneas now because he has Prankster Destiny Bond, so he can get rid of me if he needs to. And I'm locked in with the Choice Scarf. So I know it's coming, so I go into my Magic Plane, which is my Mega Latios, and then I go double into my Xerneas because I didn't want to kill him with a Destiny Bond. That was kind of a bad play. I realized it would be better to go into my Xerneas and spam knockoff, but I didn't do that. He's going to go back into this Kyogre, which is really the big issue of this match I'm trying to kill. If I kill this Kyogre, I probably win the whole game. I go for a Coil, though, just so I can hit him a little harder, but I gotta switch out. I'm sort of just PB stalling this Kyogre. Hopefully I can get rid of all of his Worry Seeds, or at least get him low on Worry Seeds, Topsy-Turvies and Scalds and stuff. So he'll be like more, eventually he'll run out and he won't be able to recover anymore from stuff. He won't be able to use Worry Seed. Sorry, now I have my Charizard Y out. And I go for a Volt Switch on the Giratina, predicting a Kyogre switching, but it doesn't happen. I could have switched it, I guess. He goes for a Parting Shot, which is really annoying because it means that my Protean Mega Latios isn't really going to be that dangerous anymore. I go for a Magma Storm here, just hoping I can trap something and kill it, but it's not going to happen. It's really not going to work that way for me. I go for a Boom Burst, which does a lot. He goes for Scald. Luckily, he doesn't burn. I can actually hit him with another Boom Burst here because... wait, why did I go for Shadow Ball? That was a misplay on my part. I should have gone for Boom Burst to hopefully kill him because he was trapped due to Magma Storm. I was thinking he was going to switch to Giratina there. That was kind of bad. He's going to go for Milk Drinks to heal himself up. I'm going to go into my Kyogre. He decides to switch out because as he set up Stealth Rocks, he might have them at this point. Here, I just really want to get Stealth Rocks up on his side because they really cripple a lot of his team. They help me a lot. So I don't want to go for Steam Eruption because I figured with that I'll be able to force out his Giratina because he's taking a lot of residual damage if I burn him, and it'll make him generally less accessible to his team when he wants it because it'll always be being worn down by the burn. He can't earn my therapy because I knocked off his Kyogre's Toxic Orb. Here, I go for Stealth Rock again, but he stays in, he has Baton Pass. I'm just going to keep going for Stealth Rock, even though he keeps going into his Giratina. I can wear this Giratina down. I think here I either go didn't go for a Moonblast here because I know he's probably going to Baton Pass again. And now he's at 40% in burn, so if he comes in, he's going to be at 35% in burn if he just like switches out on the turn. He goes into his Xerneas here, which is like, crap, this is getting annoying. I keep trying to set up Stealth Rocks, I think, yep, but he won't let me do it. Look, see now he's really weak, and he's at 33% health, and I probably should have killed him there, but I think Moonblast maybe wouldn't be quite enough to kill him there, and he could have got off the soft boiled, so I couldn't really get away with that. I go into my own Chansey here to sort of see exactly what his set is. It's I think it was Defog, Aromatherapy, Worry Seed, and Soft Boiled. So I'm gonna go for a Defog, get rid of the rocks on my side, that's pretty annoying. He goes into his Darmanitan and Zen, he gets off a Nuzzle as I Baton Pass out on my Xerneas. I don't really mind that because now I can't get burned by Kyogre's Skull. I don't really need its speed in my Chansey against the Stall team anyways. And I'm just gonna start setting up coils, hopefully. I was thinking I would do more, but I only did about 52% to this Kyogre, which means it's not even a 2-hit KO. And he topsy-turvy, so it's going to do even less. And now I gotta switch out because of the Worry Seed. I'm not going to do much damage. I go into my Chansey because that's the best way to make him waste his power points. And he goes for a Skull, he's absolutely nothing. Here, I'm not exactly. I think I go for a Recover, Miltank, sorry. And if Velta comes in, I probably want to go into Xerneas here because Xerneas can get knocked off its Toxicor because it's already poisoned. And I don't have Aromatherapy anyways on my team. And it won't do any damage either because I resist it. And then he goes into his Kyogre. I think I go for a knockoff, trying to knock off more items from his team. Or catch like his Xerneas or whatever the hell he wants to switch in. Here I'm going to go back into my Chansey, rinse and repeat. And he decides to go into his Darmanitan. Good situation for me, sort of, because neither of us can really hurt each other, but I can Scald. He's actually faster because I'm paralyzed though. So the Skull just goes on his Kyogre, does absolutely nothing. Yeah, this match is a very stalling match, actually. I was doing play Adrian Marin. He goes back into Darmanitan Zen, which is, yeah, he doesn't want to waste power points. He caught what I'm trying to do. I go into my Kyogre, kind of predicting that. I start setting up Quiver Dances, predicting his Giratina switch in because I wanted to get somewhere in this match. I wanted to actually kill something. And the best way to do that is to set up, and I figured this Moonblast would really hurt his Giratina. Hopefully he'd like Baton Pass out doing the same crap as before, but it actually doesn't do that much. And here I Moonblast again because he's already used Milk Drink like 4 times or something, and I want him to use Milk Drink like 1,000,000 times in order. He only has 16. Once he uses it 16 times, like damage is like pretty permanent on the Kyogre. But I just go for it again. He was predicting me to switch out, predicting his Worry Seed, so I went into Giratina, and now we're here a couple of turns later, and he has out a Chansey, and I have out I switched into my Mega Latios, he switched into his Chansey, and he got my Mega Latios Imposter. Luckily he doesn't have a Solu, so it's not that dangerous. I can go into my Kyogre and sort of set up on him a little bit, even though he's pretty dangerous. I used to have Spore in his Kyogre, but I replaced it with Stealth Rocks. Spore would have been useful here for him. But now I'm at +2, and he doesn't really have anything he really can switch into this very reliably. But he's just gonna keep going with his Chansey trying to kill me. But I mean, I guess hoping for a crit, but it's really not gonna happen. I think he realizes that here, turn 49. I go for the Moonblast, predicting his Kyogre, but he goes into his Xerneas, and he lives with 5%. I knew the Destiny Bond was coming, so I decided to be that guy. I just got on my Stealth Rocks once again. Stealth Rocks really gonna cripple that Darmanitan Z, and the Kyogre, it'll just hurt everything when it comes in. It cancels out that turn of poison, that happens when you come in immediately. I go into my Charizard while I'm getting sick, and I decide like I'm gonna try something like Choice Scarf because I just need to break the stall, and then everything will kind of crumble. So now his Xerneas is locked into the Choice Scarf moves. And now, because I had those Stealth Rocks up earlier against that Xerneas, that was really important. That was really important because his Giratina was at a low enough health that when it came in, it would die. Because those Stealth Rocks were up and he can't defog anymore. Because his team doesn't have Stealth Rocks, that's really good for me. Because he can't set up Stealth Rocks and my Stealth Rocks are here to stay. Plus I have 6 Pokemon, he has 5, that's always good. Even though his Giratina wasn't really walling anything on my team. except for defogging those stealth rocks, it's still nice to have it like that. He goes back into Develtal. We're back in Develtal. I go my Xerneas, same thing as before. He goes back into his Xerneas. I set up a coil. He actually makes a very good plan, like the next couple of turns. He goes for a parting shot, which is predictable. Choice Scarf parting shot. Yeah, I go for a Sacred Fire, I believe, trying to get a burn on him. I have it mainly for like Mega Aggron because otherwise it would totally wall me. It works on that too. Actually, for clear off. Here I'm like, oh, I can try and knock off his Assault Vest, but I totally sort of walked into his trap. I end up knocking off his Xerneas' Choice Scarf, which I tricked him, which kind of ruined my Charizard-wise like tactic there. And he goes for a parting shot, which is just like salt and wound. It's so annoying with my Charizard. Why I just can't get a break. I just can't get a break because he parting shots it. Here I gotta go for a Volt Switch because Boom Burst don't kill. I go back into my Kyogre, figuring he has to Milk Drink. I can get some HP back from the Poison Heal, and then he gets HP back too. I think I want to switch out here because the entrainment thing is pretty obvious. He goes for me Worry Seed, sorry. I go back into my Charizard Y, like knowing he's not gonna stall right now. I can just go for a Volt Switch just to wear him down. And yeah, back into Kyogre, just because it has switching between them will PP stall out his entrainments, and then I Worry Seed and Scald. Here I decided to go into Chansey to switch it up as he tries to stall my Charizard Y switching. I knew that was kind of coming. Now he sees the Worry Seed coming because that would be very bad for him. So he goes into his Yveltal. I was hoping he would not go into his Yveltal and go into something else that I can get in my Mega Latios and kill everything, but it's not going to happen today. He goes into Yveltal. It's a little bit too heavy for me to want to kill Boom Burst, so I gotta go into Xerneas. He goes for the knockoff, same rinse and repeat. Xerneas has taken a million knockoffs from it already. Now I go for the coil, even though he's gonna go into his Xerneas and go for the parting shot again. I could have gone for Sacred Fire there, but it was kind of a risky thing to predict. But I go for Play Rough here, predicting the Kyogre, hoping to hurt it. And then he's gonna go for Topsy Turvy, which I haven't really been. But I go for Sacred Fire. I get the burn on the Xerneas, which is really crucial because he doesn't have the Pokemon anymore, so he can't get rid of this burn no matter what. Like it's permanent, and his Xerneas is gonna have to recover like every third turn or something at least, which means it's eventually gonna die, and then he's gonna have 4 Pokemon left, and that's really good. I go to my Charizard Y Volt Switch, predicting the parting shot of the Kyogre. It's not gonna happen. I go into my Kyogre just after the Volt Switch, just sort of letting him waste his heal orders as he sits here. He eventually goes for parting shot on my Latios, which is annoying because I wanted to do stuff with Latios. He goes into his Chansey though, and because I'm at 0.67 special attack from the parting shot, this Chansey isn't really a threat at all. And I can actually go into my Mega Scizor and take it even. Mega Scizor is going to take the Flash Fire, Magma Storm easy. But this even take it easy with this Flash Fire and just go for a U-turn, get off a bit of damage. But then he ends up going into his Kyogre, which is going to do not much to the Kyogre, but he's at like 65% now, which is not fully healthy. You go for the Boom Burst, hoping it would kill. It doesn't kill. He goes for the Milk Drink, and because of the Toxic Heal, Poison Heal, he can kill me. He just continually Milk Drink, and then scald me to death. So I gotta get Full Switched out of there and go on my own Kyogre. The good thing is he's burning all of his Milk Drinks, and that's really good. And then he's just gonna switch out here and do his Xerneas. Just kind of see what I want to do. He could have stayed in where he seated there, but like there was no reason to, honestly. I went into my Chansey hoping he would stay in and I could just continually stall his power points. I actually get paralyzed here and he starts to go for heal orders. Doesn't matter, I would just go for parting shot, I think. Because I'm paralyzed, he goes for parting shot first, which is nice. He goes into his Yveltal and I go for parting shot. And here, I'm probably gonna run my Xerneas. I actually want my Charizard Y. That's interesting. Because actually, there's nothing that Yveltal can really do to me. And I actually put Volt Switch. Should probably, maybe I could have gone for Boom Burst there. Volt Switch is a safer play. I Volt Switch into my Xerneas just to get off the extra damage. Force him to Roost. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to stall all 16 Yveltal's Roost. Like, that's not gonna happen. But it's nice to know what his moveset is. And then he goes into his Kyogre. I continually go for the Play Rough. I'm going to try and go for another play. Nope, I'm going to switch out. I don't remember this match that well. It's a long match and it's kind of repetitive. He projects my Kyogre switch and goes for the worry seed. No one can phase me. He goes into his Chansey here. I think the reason he went into his Chansey was mainly because he can set up Stealth Rocks against me, and I can't really do that much about it. Because he can set up rocks here, and I have defog my Mega Scizor, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to go for it probably. I'm just not going to switch my Mega Charizard Y as much because I can keep his Darmanitan Z and Velva like dying every time I switch it, and everything dying. He starts to set up Quiver Dances, which is a little scary, but I set up a Coil and I can tune a Pale with Play Rough, so it's not so bad. No, Steam Eruption does a lot, which is scary, but I managed to kill him, so now he has 4 Pokemon left. I might have been a little bit careless, honestly, to let his Chansey die there, but it doesn't really matter that much. He kind of lost this match a little bit once I had my Giratina. Once I had his Giratina burned, and like once I set up rocks and his Giratina was burned, that was kind of when he lost it, especially when the Giratina died and couldn't take any more hits. But he's sort of like stalling here with his Prankster's Arceus. He's going for Parting Shot. I'm going to go for Parting Shot, I believe. I should go for Parting Shot here. He goes into his Darmanitan Zen, and this is the opportunity I have been waiting for. I win. What I would have done here, he forfeited, but what I would have done here is probably gone into my Kyogre, and then I would have eventually worked it so that I had